What's going on, folks? This is Coach Marcus for Pro Fan Talk, and we are here after that game. Another drubbing, and Eagles just didn't do a good job. So that's the way it goes sometimes. Let me see. We live yet? I did this StreamYard, but I didn't. See. See. Hold on. Oh, see. Hold on. Why is this not? I'm not seeing it. There we go. I'm in there. Sorry about that. Technical difficulties, but um, yeah, that was just ugly. That was butt ugly. Um, if you heard my halftime report, it was very critical of our coaching. It seems like we're always getting outcoached, and like at halftime, because obviously, again, there were some things that I didn't like. Uh, I still question some of our play calling, when, where, how. We don't. I hate the fact that we have a back like DeAndre Swift, and we constantly try to run them tackle to tackle. I know we always have those plays, but get the kid outside. Like just do it. Design a play to get him outside. Quick pitch. I get sick of watching all these other teams get their guys outside. Quick pitch, skinny pitch. They go in motion, and even from gun formation, they'll pitch the ball, a kick pitch, you know, outside to the running back. Anything to get him outside in space. Jet sweep. Whatever you got to do, man. Whatever you got to do to get your fastest running back outside in space. You're not going to do it all the time, just every now and then. But I say this all the time. Running backs do not like to run east and west. We want to run north and south. You tell us where the hole is, we'll read the block, we'll make the right cut. Right? We don't want to have to take a step to the side and then go forward. Let us go downhill. That's what you do when you got somebody 7 yards deep or 8 yards deep and you give them a pitch to the outside. You see what San Francisco does. You see what Cleveland does. You see what Dallas does. You see what the Patriots do. You look at any other team in the league, and they find a way to get their running backs outside. The Chargers do it. Chicago did it. The Browns did it. The Vikings did it. Every other team does it but us. And it is infuriating. We always end up putting them in there tackle to tackle. And yes, he can do that, but sometimes you got to spread it out for certain situations, and that's what you need to do. So it is what it is. We beating the dead horse at this point. We don't have what it takes. The three best players on our team, without a doubt, Devontae Smith, AJ Brown, and of course Jalen Hurts. All three of them put the ball on the ground. You cannot win like that. So, how I'm looking at it, if you caught me at the halftime when I did Facebook Live, I said the same thing. What's going to happen for us is these last 4 weeks, we got 4 weeks to get it together. Let me say it like that. We got 4 weeks to get it together. We got 4 weeks to clean up whatever we got to clean up, make whatever changes we got to change, or we will be one and done in the playoffs. The way we're playing right now, I don't believe we can secure home field advantage because we can't stop nobody on defense. So we're gonna get what we get. We're gonna get seated where we get seated. We'll have to play in a wild card game. We'll probably have to travel, or maybe we'll have a home game. I don't know. But at this point, we got 4 weeks to fix our problems. We can't tackle. Reed Blankenship gets hurt tonight because he doesn't know how to tackle. He goes in there and puts his head down. It wasn't Slay talking all of that stuff about dropping your head, how we used to drop our head back in the day. That's exactly why he got hurt. He went in for the tackle, and I said this last week. Him, Sidney Brown, they go in for the big hits, but they always drop their heads, and they always end up missing tackles because of that. Because somebody either bounces off or they jump over them because they drop their head. This time, Blankenship got hurt. Now he's in concussion protocol. Now he may not even play next week. Lucky for us, we got an extra day. What's up, Ryan? Lucky for us, we got an extra day. We looked. Demoralized is the wrong word. It's just we didn't play because, like, you can't put the ball on the ground, man. You can't do that. You cannot put the ball on the ground. I'm looking at the stats here, and like it is. So, do I have all scoring drives? All drives, scoring drives. Let me do. Can I do scoring drives? Oh my god. Let me do all drives. So if I'm looking at all the drives, right? Here are all of the Eagles drives. Fumble, field goal, field goal. Then it was halftime. Then it was a fumble, punt. Then we get the touchdown on the scoop and score. Turnover on downs, fumble, end of the game. So let me read this to you again. Okay? Fumble, field goal, end of half, fumble, punt, scoop and score, a touchdown by the defense, and turnover on downs, fumble, end of the game. That's hot garbage. Hot garbage. Even when we were moving the ball, like shooting yourself in the foot doesn't even, like that doesn't do it justice. That phrase is not impactful enough. Like you cannot put the ball on the ground. You can't. Both of them, AJ Brown and Devontae Smith, drop passes, critical passes that could have kept the chains moving. I still don't understand why a lot of times when we get in third and mid, third between 5 and 7, why we always take the long shots. Why can't we just run a play to move the chains? Why we got to go deep? So I don't understand that. That gets into some of my criticism of Brian Johnson. I don't know if it's him or if it's Sirianni, but at the end of the day, if we don't fumble the ball, the game plan probably would have been okay. You know what I mean? So that's the low hanging fruit is Brian Johnson, and you don't like what he's calling because we don't think he runs enough. But looking back on it, maybe it's not him. Maybe plain and simply, we don't have good enough players. We clearly don't have good enough players in our defensive secondary, linebackers or our secondary. Bradbury got cooked twice. Slay, he's either going to get called for it. At least Slay got some game left in him. I think Bradbury's done. He just can't cover anybody. Roby was okay, but he couldn't stop CD Lamb. It just didn't, didn't work. Trying to see if the stats will come up. What did we end up with? I don't know. Oh, because they got the thing. Let me print this whole thing out. All right, we ended up with Jalen Hurts, 18 for 27 for 197 yards. Longest play was 30 yards. Jalen rushed 5 times for 30 yards and a fumble. DeAndre Swift, 11 times for 39 yards. Kenny Gainwell, 4 for 28. Boston Scott, 3 for 9. And then receiving, A.J. Brown had 94 yards. Devontae Smith had 73 yards. A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith both should have had over 100 yards if they would have caught the ball. If they didn't have those drops, both of our receivers would have been over 100 yards. And see, that's where I have the disconnect with like you want to smash Brian Johnson, but then you look at the stats and you look at how the game went, and you know what? I do have criticisms with here the way some of his play calling, the way he runs the ball, but if we don't have those drops and we don't give the ball up, it's a different ball game, obviously. So criticisms and being the reason why you're losing, those are two different things. So you gotta kind of reel that back in a little bit. I gotta pump my brakes on that because Brian Johnson ain't fumbling the ball. And every time we fumbled the ball, we're in Dallas territory, moving in for the score, almost in the red zone. I know the one turnover was in the red zone, but you can't do that, man. You just you can't do that. It just doesn't work. We had, let's see, what was our first fumble? Um, kickoff, blah 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 blah. Fumble. Um, Dallas. We were at Dallas's 21-yard line going in, so that's essentially the red zone, and we fumbled the ball. So what are you gonna do? That's not Brian Johnson's fault. I don't like the RPOs he was calling because it's going to end up getting Jalen dinged up, and I think he did get dinged up. But you can't. Ryan, I don't know. I don't know what he need. They need some sensu beans or something, bro. Because that was butt ugly. That was butt ugly. And you know what? I'm gonna pull back. I'm gonna reel it back in from some of the stuff I said at halftime, and I'm not gonna put that on Brian Johnson because Brian Johnson doesn't catch. Coaching is a glaring yes. Brandon, I agree with you 100%, bro. 100%. We did take a downgrade in coaches. That's what happens when you go to the Super Bowl. Everybody wants your coaches, but we are losing a chess match for real. We are definitely losing the chess matches. So even the play by Dallas when they ran when Dallas ran that play, I believe it was Cavante Turpin. I can't remember if it was Turpin or Brooks, but they ran that motion route where they do that arc motion behind the running back. They watched that from San Francisco. San Francisco ran the same play, and it worked. And that's what frustrates me the most. And I said it earlier. The NFL is a copycat league, but we are the only team that doesn't copy. We don't do it. It's just frustrating right now. So, like I said, the last 4 weeks we got we go to Seattle, then we got the Giants, then we got Arizona, and then we go to New York. So we're at Seattle, Giants, Arizona, at the Giants. So we got 4 weeks to get our mess together. We got 4 weeks. It's the same stuff because the defense ain't gonna get no better. Shaq Leonard ain't gonna change his defense. Shaq Leonard can't cover. So it's all about getting you in the right situation. And like I said, after that San Francisco game, every team is gonna mix it up and put their skill positions where their tight end should be and test our linebackers. Everybody's gonna do that going forward. We're going to see it for the rest of the year. We're going to see it next week in Seattle. We're going to see it in Arizona. We're going to see it with the Giants twice. And then we're going to see it in the playoffs because we have not proven that we can stop it. So in the next 4 weeks, we got to prove we can shore up the middle. We got to prove that we've solved all our issues on 3rd and long. We got to prove that we've solved all of those problems. We got 4 weeks to do it. Because the next 4 weeks for us don't matter. We're in the playoffs. Because at this point, whether we get home field or not, to me is irrelevant. Especially if we can't play. So we got to figure out something to do. But this ain't working. This is god awful hot garbage type stuff. So it is what it is. I'm gonna put some more content together tomorrow. Ain't really much more to say. Appreciate y'all for tuning in, but I mean, we going in circles, man. We going in circles. Um, it is what it is. I'm not even gonna speak on next season anymore. Make any. I'm just gonna leave that alone. We gonna do what we gonna deal with what we got. We'll see how far it goes. We'll see if they can make some type of change. Um, and just and watch it happen. You know. Yeah, I'm out of words, bro. I don't know what else to say. So it is what it is. We got some things we can work on. I still say there's some things we can work on. I still say there's some opportunities for us to do better on offense. Defense, that's a horse of another color. We got what we got. Right now, Bradbury, Roby, Blankenship's probably going to end up missing this game. So we got, I mean, the young boy came in and did pretty good. But Sidney Brown, but same thing, we got these, we coming up making tackles with our head down, and everybody's getting a lot of yak yards on us. Now the theory's out on us. The film is out on us. So everybody's going to be trying to do the same thing. Dallas has been known for takeaways all year. Forcing turnovers all year. They've been doing it all year. So you would think going into this game, one of the things you practice during the week is we got to hold on to the ball. We got to hold on to the ball. We got to hold on. You drive that point home. Dallas forces 3 turnovers tonight. No picks. They pull the ball out. They've been doing it all freaking year. So that is an issue. That's on coaching. Because that's something you're supposed to just hammer home. So now we got to fly all the way across the country next week on Monday Night Football, and we gotta get our stuff together because now we have to win out if we want home field advantage. So, we need to do what we need to do. Bad loss. We are getting outclassed. We are getting outcoached. I'm not gonna put it all on Brian Johnson, but we have to be a little bit more creative than that. So I got nothing. I'm out. I'm out of it, dude. I can't. So I will have a more formal video on this this game. I didn't use my thumbnail. I was going to use a thumbnail and said Eagles get pimp slapped by the Cowboys. I think I'm going to save that for tomorrow. So, but it is what it is, man. I'm going to get up out of here. I'm going to get some sleep. Sleep this off. As I know we can do about it now. We are what we are. We still got a good offense. And we just can't turn the ball over. Defense, that's a horse of another color. What we're going to have to do is we just going to have to outscore everybody going into the playoffs. And that's a tall tale. And I'm not sure the way we play that we can do that. So it is what it is. But all right, fellas, I'm gonna get up out of here. I will see y'all. Check out the channel tomorrow. I'm gonna have another video tomorrow, probably around lunchtime or maybe a little bit later, depends. But it is what it is. So we got some work to do, fellas. I'm out. Ryan, I appreciate you. Brandon, I appreciate you. Check out the channel tomorrow. Talk to you later.